Hey everybody, this is Grace. In this video I'm going to talk about an accident I had the other day, last week. Today is September 24th, 2020, and today is Thursday, and it happened last Thursday. And basically, I'm making this video because, knowing that, thinking last night that I have a concussion, maybe a light concussion, I'm not sure. But and the reason what started it all off was that last Thursday, my puppy, the one I nicknamed Mayhem, he's almost an adult. He'll be a year old next month. Well, he came barreling through the house one morning about sometime after 6 a.m. and he was outside, and he does this. He's a very strong dog, and he runs really hard when he gets just weird, about once a day. And he ran in from the patio, and I was at the front of the house, and he just ran straight through. I saw him coming at me, and I knew I could fall. And right behind me was a cane, and it has those 4 prongs or 4 legs, whatever you call it. And on top of it was a towel, and that's the towel I used to train him. He knows to stop. So I turned to my right, where the towel was, and to get it, and that's when he hit my right leg. I don't remember the impact, but when he did, my legs came from underneath me, both of them, and I fell face first, face down on hardwood floor, really hard, just very close to where I fell on February 9th, and hurt that knee really bad, my left knee. Yeah, it was like my feet were probably touching where I fell, and it's hardwood floor. Now they're covered again with carpets. Okay, but yeah, as I was falling, you know how things kind of go in slow motion, and you can have a whole lot of thoughts all of a sudden, and one of them was that I was going to hit the bottom of that cane, and it's really strong. And I also was thinking I'm going to lose my 2 front teeth this way, and but anyway, I missed it. But my face, I literally fell flat on my face, and that took most of the impact. Was my face, and I was holding something in my left hand, and that wrist is really bad too. And yeah, hurts pretty bad. And let's see. Well, now I can give a little bit of what all is aching. Okay, so basically, what I know now, it wasn't that all my aches and pains came in at first, and I actually avoided taking a Tylenol. I'm not a doctor, so don't go by what I say to do anything. But I waited to see what was going to hurt the worst, okay, that day. And it was basically the wrist. And when I fell, I busted my upper lip busted, and as I realized, also underneath it was just so swollen and bleeding and all. And also, my nose was pretty bad on one side. It was swollen on one side. I thought maybe I had broke I don't even know what we call that. But where my glasses sit, it's very bruised. It's still bruised in the middle. The bruise is going away. But it basically, yeah, that's what it hit. My, hard on the hardwood floors, okay, was that part of my face. And I didn't lose my teeth, but it does seem like they shifted a little bit. Yeah, that's weird. But one front one, and on the other one the one next to it. Yeah, really strange. But everything started hurting. Like that later that day, the next day, like not everything, but my neck, shoulders, the back of my upper arms, both of them on the back, then that kind of shifted to where the right one didn't hurt at all, but the left one, it seemed like it went to the front, which makes sense, okay, to me. And also the side of my right leg hurt, which I realized a couple of days later why. And my like where the back and the hips meet, right there, it's part of my back, hurts, like it pulls. And and what else? And I didn't have any headaches, but last night when I started to realize that I probably had a concussion, have a concussion, that my head did start hurting. And I have noticed, certain things, but I don't know if that's connected to it. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know any of this. I've had a concussion before from a car accident back in the 1990s, and I remember it took days before I realized it, and I drove myself to the hospital, and all I remember from that was them telling me, "Ma'am, you have a concussion, a light concussion." That's what I remember. So, but anyway, right now the thing that still hurts the most is the wrist, and if I touch my nose, I feel it. It's still a little swollen, and like I said, a little bruised. But that headache thing's starting to come on, and yeah. So, okay. Now, let's go to the part about what happened after I fell. And once I fell, I, of course, yelled for Adam. The patio door was open because the puppy, that's what he ran through, and Adam was on the patio. And he came, and later on he told me, and I do remember some of it. It's not like I was totally knocked out or anything. But he later told me that I was sitting there on the floor and I was just saying, rambling on about a bunch of stuff. Now I remember some of it because I was ticked. I was like, "That's it. Those dogs are going outside, and they're not coming back in until next summer," which I would never do, of course. And that's the only way I'd train the puppy was during, not summertime, but cool weather. It had to be cool. Couldn't be cold. Couldn't be hot. Was to have him on the patio. It's fenced in, I guess. Well, not really fenced in, but yeah. Anyway. But like I said, Adam said I was sitting there and I was saying all kinds of strange things, just talking. And I do remember after that, I remember some of the stuff I was saying, and I got myself up again. And luckily, I had on knee pads. I have worn knee pads when I'm walking in the house, even all the time. Never go without them. One time I didn't. It was like freaked me out. I realized I hadn't put them on, but I have a whole bunch of them, knee pads. And luckily, I had those on, or I think I would have hurt that knee really bad again. And that knee did have a little, a little bit of a pain, but went away fast after that. But anyway, when I fell, I was babbling on and on. And I told Adam, I said, I had suggested it to him before then to move his office from the living room, which is the center of the house, and I have to walk past there several times a day. I said, why don't you move it into part of the master suite bedroom? It has 3 rooms and 3.5 rooms basically. And so we did. We moved his stuff. Now I remember telling him, remember, I can't use my left arm, and I couldn't. I still have trouble trying to grip anything. That was the biggest thing. It wouldn't grip anything. And but we managed to move, enough. It wasn't like we moved everything. Like he has a big, I don't know what you call it, but thing for his desk basically. And we didn't move that. We just moved something else. And his first couple of days, he said it's going to take time to get used to. After that, he said he likes it. But the reason was so he could have the puppy in there with him and shut the door. And the puppy couldn't run around the house and knock me down again. Okay. This is I've been hurt before because of this puppy. And Adam has fallen because of the puppy, knocked him down. And Adam's stronger than me. Okay, he's a strong-bodied man. He's older, but he's stronger. And that puppy is something else. I mean, seriously, with that. But anyway, he said, said I was doing all that. But since then, just talking, like I kind of like I am now. But I also, after that, started feeling like, I don't know, like I was walking around somewhat in shock. Since this is a week, somewhat in shock. It's a very weird feeling, kind of like that fog that, since I'm diabetic, I know how it works for me, how it is for me with the, diabetic fog kind of thing. And it could be. Yeah, my glucose was higher. And, but I was getting things done, working, doing things that I needed to do, but not always. And days were worse than the usual since this pandemic. The usual Groundhog Day. This past week has been worse than before. And but overall, I just wasn't doing much except for sleeping. Okay, my sleep is all messed up. Like a few hours in the night, like I fall asleep maybe at 1 and then wake up 4:30, 5 o'clock, somewhere around there, and then I fall asleep during the day. And usually I'm watching YouTube videos in the front room and not in the master bedroom, because he's working in there, and I'll just fall asleep watching them. And most of the time, although it's weird that I'm playing an online game on my iPad, and yeah, instead of anything else, I've been like spacey, okay, just spaced out, zoned out, something like this. And like I said, last night I finally, I realized that I think I have a concussion. And I looked it up online, which I don't trust stuff that I see online, usually. And it said that it seems like, you can go read it for yourself, but it seems like that's normal to realize, or to the symptoms to come in. I don't know, go read it. I don't want to misquote. But yeah, and it can go on for a while after this. Yeah, like I need more, like anybody would need more. But I'm looking at my notes, but also that I've been terrified of the puppy. I'm serious. If the puppy gets too close to me, he's going to knock me down again. And yeah, just terrified of it. And I've never been terrified of animals before, seriously. And but he is too excitable. This mayhem is just way too crazy, too excitable. He sees either one of us, he goes nuts. And like if one of us goes outside and comes back in, nuts. Okay, yeah, he's too excitable. So, but we're dealing with it. Like I said, he's going to be a year old next month. And but anyway, what else? I think I mentioned that I've been very unsteady on my feet. And I don't know. It could be because I'm kind of worried about the puppy, what he's going to do, and I've just been more careful. And we did wind up putting carpets back. We had carpets, but because of the puppy, when we were potty training him, we took them up. Okay, these are carpets, rugs, whatever you want to call them. And I told Adam, I said, at least there'd be more cushion on the floors. But we put them back. We need another one, and we also need to get the stuff so they won't slide too much. We have a little bit, but the puppy has found a way to tear that up. So yeah, we need to get more. He uses this Velcro stuff. I don't know. Adam figured it out, and it works. He's supposed to go to Home Depot because at the same time the disposal went out. It's leaking, and it's been like when it rains, it pours since then. But and I also found myself, doing strange things overall. I don't know, with like YouTube, and I think I put up some videos that I had made public some videos I had made before. You know how I am about that. And then I would just, it's like not a burnout and not a depression, not really a funk, but just a daze, maybe, in a daze that I just go long period of time, like I said, just playing that game and watching YouTube videos. So, and falling asleep while watching them. And I've fallen asleep with my an iPad in my hand. It's weird overall. But with YouTube, and I know I made a video. I made more than one, but one of them I think I made public about this. At the time, I didn't. Like I said, it was just last night that I figured it out. That I probably have a concussion, and like I said, I've had one before. So, but anyway, I don't know, and it was like I wasn't doing much of anything. Really doing much of anything for a whole week, not at all my norm. And yeah, okay. And I wanted to add in here that, what about going to see my doctor? Well, my doctor and his nurse practitioner, they are both around my age, and they both stopped seeing patients. They stopped working when the pandemic became, I guess when it became a pandemic, or when they first realized how bad it was, and they stopped. Okay, now they have somebody that was taking over. At one point, I called and the phone was disconnected, but they have some other doctor or nurse, I don't know, but they are only doing it by phone, not even Skype. Okay, I don't know this person. Not at all, and I didn't like the way she spoke to me. She was young, had a really kind of, I just didn't like her attitude. Like she wasn't really listening either. And so I did go to another one because I had to have blood tests and I needed my medication. And I went to one that bought out one I had been to before. I only been to twice that did weird things. Well, it turns out this one did too. As far as billing, I worked in medical billing years ago. And they weren't seeing patients in their office, from what I remember, because I had mine over the phone, but they were letting people go in to take their blood test, and they did mine outside because that's what they do for the COVID people who want COVID testing done. They come outside and test them. Okay, yeah, interesting. But now I didn't want to go into any office, but they only do it over the phone too. They don't do it Skype. They don't do Skype, or anything like Skype. So okay, my other option would be to go to the ER, and there's just no way. That's my personal view on it. Nope, I'm not going into an ER. Now, if something gets worse, or like if I get worse, yeah. But I've had one, and really, I shouldn't say that, because just because you had one before doesn't, I would think, mean that you know exactly what to do for this one. But like I said, I've just been in a daze, and I'm probably still kind of dazed. I'm still not, thinking right. Just like when I fell in February, I just wasn't thinking right. And but I'm not really having any problems. But yeah, a little bit. Yeah. No, let's see when I may start making more videos. Seriously, how it works. But like I said, just last night, and this is morning, 8:11 a.m. That I realized, yeah, something's not right. And we'll see. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, but I probably will start doing videos like this again, using the microphone and PowerPoint slides. I really haven't been out much. I know the other day I said, Adam, I have to get out of here. I'm going to go crazy. We went and got chicken. Yeah, drive-through. Big-oo. I'm serious. I've been like stuck inside the house, and it's not like I'm stuck here. I could go out, but I just haven't. And I like doing videos right now like this, so wrapping it up. Talk to y'all later.